Welcome you back to the Pattie Sadler Show. It's so wonderful to have you here today. I want to introduce you to my guest, Richard Graham. And I'm so pleased to have you here. What a pleasure to have you here today.
Good to be here.
Richard Graham is a gospel singer.
Yes,
and he is a big contribution to the community. And
yes.
I can't wait to share some of his experience and what he's involved in. We have a little clip here I'd like to share with you, and then we'll be right back. Looks like we have a little technical difficulty, so I will go ahead and we'll just proceed from there.
Right.
Richard, why don't you tell me first of all a little bit about yourself and where you come from and so forth.
Well, I'm out of the state of Tennessee. I hail from outside of Nashville, a little hometown called McMinnville, Tennessee. That's the home of Dottie West. And of course, me and Dottie West had to share it, even though she was a little before my time, but great country singer. And I was born and raised back there in the state of Tennessee, and I moved out here in 1974, had an opportunity to go to school in Stockton. Went to school in Stockton, California, where I picked up a lot of my trades of being in the musical business and working with some great artists up there. And that led me to join the Marine Corps. I joined the Marine Corps and stayed for 20 years in the military there. And
thank you for your service.
You're welcome, ma'am. Happy to serve. And from there, I have been in music ever since and working in the community.
Bless your heart. Okay, so now tell me who your biggest influence is in the music. Who brought you to where you are today? What's your biggest influence?
My dear friend, gentleman by the name of Ralph Land, who worked for George Jones, drummed for him for years, and the Oak Ridge Boys, Lee Greenwood, T.T. Shepard.
Wow.
He was one of my biggest friends for. But also, he was a veteran, and I've noticed that most of the veterans that served during World War II also was in television. Most everyone, like McHale's Navy, those guys, Rock Hudson and all of those, Steve McQueen served in Merchant Marines, and a lot of the guys that was in television served our country very well. And so my 20 years in service helped out quite a bit because I got to be in the Miss American Beauty pageant, escorting the ladies over the years. And we was in Officers and a Gentleman as they made that movie. And so I went on to stay in the business for a long time. And it is great, and I'm still in it today. I love gospel music. Some of my greatest influences, B.B. King, George Jones, Tammy Wynette, Oak Ridge Boys. You look at country in that perspective, Charlie Pride, O.B. McClinton, and the list just goes on and on, because I used to do some Al Green too back in the day.
Oh, I love Al
I
Green.
Do Al Green. So there's my biggest influences right there, and being able to do what I do. God blessed me with a great voice. He gave me a voice to sing, and he gave me some gifts that I use every day. And of course, when I'm out on the road and I'm always playing, no matter where I'm going, I'm always asked to sing. So me and my group, we go out and we perform, and we try to do the best job that we can.
And it's important to say that Richard Graham does have an amazing voice. He uses his gifts, he uses his talents that God gave him to give back to the community.
Yes.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about some of these programs that you're working with and how it is benefiting the community?
Yes. Well, we work with Bringing Broken Neighborhoods Back to Life, which is a great program that goes into the community. We do 66 shows a year. It might be a little bit more than that during the course of the summertime. We have we go into the community. We educate the community, the old and the young and the middle class, as well as all that we can about the things that are available, such as medical treatment, such as getting books from the bookmobile, going to different functions to make sure that you get medical checkups or checkups to get your eye shots, get your eyes checked and stuff like that. And then we work with the community as far as crime-wise, such things as, let's have a watch in your community that can make sure that they look after your neighbors, look after yourself, your house not get broken into, or something that does go on.
The neighborhood watch type
neighborhood
thing.
watch type thing. And so I also work with bringing, Grandmother's Love, which is a great program. And Grandmother's Love, a wonderful lady, the founder of that was Geraldine Bishop, a wonderful lady who works in the community about taking toys out, doing Toys for Tots,
Wow.
making some children get toys at Christmas time, and making sure that food is distributed among families that needs it. And working with her has been a great, wonderful experience. She is currently now doing Black History Month, which is a program that's being put on by her and a number of the other community leaders here in Fresno. And from that, we get into a group that's called CARA, C-A-R-A, and it's California Alliance for Senior Citizens. I work with them because they are trying to talk to Congress about not cutting Social Security benefits or SSI benefits to those that needs them. You know, our veterans are coming back from the war, and sometimes they're not on active duty, and so this is the only thing they have to rely on. They have to look back and say, what do I rely on? Social Security is there to help them because they have a disability, but it's also there to help other folks too, those that retire, our senior citizens that retire, they maybe don't have enough money saved up or something like that. So I work with them. A great gentleman over there is named Gene Rosen. He heads it up. And then we work with another program. I work with Vice President. I'm the Vice President of the West Fresno Democratic Club. I do work there in helping community. We also work on trying to get people out to vote. Making sure that what they're voting for, or do they understand what they're voting for. And the people that died, that gave up their life back in 1964, Martin Luther King and all the people that marched with him, that they would have a voice to be heard in the community and in the nation. Just so many programs that I work with, oh God. And then we also, I work with a program that's in Clovis. And they are a group that goes and buries babies, little babies and children that has no name. And in words of that has no name means that they was born and somebody threw them away.
Oh.
See. And so we work with them, and I also work with the veterans group. There's a company here, our foundation here, that's called West Care. They do a lot of work with the veterans group, and I also do a lot of work. We go out and distribute the clothes to veterans that's on the street. We make sure that veterans on the street get food. We also make sure that they do housing. So I do a lot of work with those folks right there in West Care and their folks, and I'm all around person.
So like I said, Richard Graham is the guy. He's the go-to person. He's
Yes.
not only musically inclined, sharing his talents and everything with the community, he's also making a difference to educate different people about the different programs that are available. We're going to be back in just a few minutes, and Richard's going to perform a song for us, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Pattie Sadler Show. Again, we have Richard Graham here, our gospel singer and community leader in giving resources to people in need. And I just want to share with you a clip that he had for us that we couldn't get up earlier. And here we go.
Email. So we need to go in and see what we can do to get it.
Is this our country singer?
All right. I want to thank you for putting that on there. Now, here we are with Richard Graham and
Yes.
his lovely wife.
Wanda,
And-
this is my wife, Wanda.
Hi, Wanda. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. You have a very, we have a celebrity here who is a great asset to our community, and I'm sure you are as well. You're the woman behind him, and I think it's just amazing. We're gonna have a song, I think.
Yes.
Well, wait a minute. Before we do that, I know that you have a lot of fans and a lot of members of your family that are watching you
Yes.
from all over the country.
Oh, yes.
So let's give a shout out. Do you have a shout out for somebody
Okay.
you'd like to do?
Let's go shout out to the great folks in the state of Tennessee, Columbus, Ohio, Seattle, Washington, Detroit, Michigan, Florida, down in Texas, Arizona, and just all across the nation, because all of my friends and fans is from all over the country and all around the world. But to my daughter, Mia, and Kawanda Grab, and my grandchildren, Pebbles and Ray Ray, and then my godchildren, which is Chanel, and I got Chanel and my godchild. Yeah, I got Albanada and I got Cassandra, my friends, and the lady out of Washington, Seattle, Washington, is Christina. She runs KBCS radio station up there, and she always gives me a shout out when she's on the radio and does programs for us up in Seattle, Washington, at Bellevue College up there, and for all of my other friends out of Nashville, Tennessee, the Oak Ridge Boys, Lee Greenwood and TG Shepherd and all of them, and everybody's in country and gospel music back there. Howdy!
Howdy. That's awesome. I'm so happy to have this guy on my show.
Woo!
Okay, so I am I understanding correctly that you have a song to share
Oh,
with us
yes,
today? Okay,
yes,
well let's hear it. Let's hear it.
All right, we're going to do a song called Holy Spirit. We're going to do it in a cappella style, me and my wife. We don't have my third backup singer here, which is, she's currently busy today. She couldn't be with us, but just love her, just great person. And her name is Gwendolyn Satterpour.
Gwendolyn.
And, yeah, and she wasn't with us today, but anyway, here's the song. Holy Spirit, dwell in me and touch my eyes that I might see all your goodness, grace, and power. Stay beside me, Lord, now every hour. You be my strength, be my living bread. You keep me sheltered and keep me fed. Now, Holy Spirit, dwell in me. Now, Holy Spirit, comfort me. Set my soul completely free. When I'm worried, soothe my mind. Let your sweet contentment find, Lord. May I run this wicked race, filled by your amazing grace. The Holy Spirit, comfort me. The Holy Spirit, rescue me and set my soul completely free. Beside Jordan, you make my bed, Lord. In God's bosom, you lay my head. Now may I run this wicked race, filled by your amazing grace. The Holy Spirit, rescue me. Yeah.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for sharing your
Thank
God-given
you.
talents with us. And
Yes.
and now I think it's really important to mention as well that we want to remember Black History Month.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
It's a very important time of the year for us to remember. We
Yes, it
should be
is.
remembering it all the time, but
Yes.
it's a really important time for us to be educated. We have some shows coming up on KC24
Yes, we do.
on February 26th about Black History Month, and also on ABC.
ABC
if that's
30.
correct, and ABC 30. So make sure that you check those out. And why don't you share with us some of the activities you have coming up?
Well, some of the activities I have coming up, I'm going to be this afternoon when I leave here. I'll be down on a church called New Light Church, and they're doing a Black History program this evening, and it's on Channing, right off of California Street, right past Edison High School, and they're doing a program there to talk about how African Americans have come from Africa to the United States and the things that they went through and what empowered them to get an education, and also to help them to become free, a free nation, free culture. And also there is a program coming up, the African American Center Museum, African American Museum, coming up here in this coming week that will be put out in the newspaper. And I would just invite everybody that is studying and looking at African American Black History Month now to go and understand what is taking place. Visit some event someplace. I had the opportunity back in January to be part of the Martin Luther King birthday celebration in March. And we was asked to come and sing, and we came and sang right there in front of City Hall. And it was great to see so many people that came out to be a part of it. I think one of the things is that our nation and our culture, a lot of people don't understand the idea of voting rights, what voting does for us. And it's your voice that is speaking to say, what do you want? What do you, these people that going to represent you, are they going to be good people? Are they going to make decisions that will concern you, that will help your community and your culture or in your nation all together? And that's one of the things that a lot of people don't understand. If you don't vote, then you lose the right. You can't say nothing about the people that goes in
So
office.
you want to claim onto that.
You have to claim onto that, yeah.
Right that you have. It's a special right. So.
It's a special right. And so many people died. The civil wars and the wars before then, just in some aspect of, like people that got drafted, went to Vietnam. You have all that going on. And then you have a lot of cultures that we was fighting against that was turned against Americans because they also had leaders, and the leaders wasn't in peacetime trying to associate, why can't we get along? The word, simply, why can't we get along as people? Because when it's all said and done, we're all going back to God. Whatever God you want to claim, that's your business, but we're all going back as one nation. We came from one nation, we're going back to one nation, but that's another story. But just take time to go and visit and see, and ask the question to yourself, why can't we get along as people, as individuals is the greatest thing. And that's what Black History Month teaches. It's talking about why can't we get along as people.
Learn to love each other because we're all equal human beings. We're all children of God.
Right.
We all have we come from a magnificent creation.
Right.
And we all have the potential and ability to make a difference in this world.
Yes, we do.
I want to point out again that he's going to be performing at Bringing Broken Neighborhoods Back to Life this evening, and it is a Black History Month special event that they have going on. Is that correct?
I'll be at the Black History Month program this afternoon.
Okay.
Bringing Broken Neighborhoods Back to Life. That will be throughout the summer. Look for us in the newspapers because the information will be out there. Also on ABC 30, KMP, Channel 26, also with the guys at KZ24. Everyone will have the information. They'll know where the block parties are. One of the block parties are the greatest things. If you haven't been to one, please come out and be a part of it. We do so much. We give away bicycles at the block party for the young children. We give away food at the block party. We provide food for so many families that needs food and stuff like that. We also provide education. We also provide Bibles. We also provide all sorts of literature for people to find out what is in their community that can help them as a whole. So there is a lot of stuff that goes out, and we disassemble a lot of information to the community about what is taking place. And I love these guys, the guys that work with Bringing Broken Neighborhoods Back to Life, the cooks and the musicians and all of that. And they're some wonderful, great people. A lot of time we have a lot of the police department guys there. And one of the things that we don't recognize, a lot of us don't recognize in the community, the police department is human beings. Those people are human beings. They are fathers and mothers, sons and daughters.
Yes.
And they come out to do what they believe in. It's just like joining the military. Somebody believe in the Army. Somebody believe in the Air Force. Somebody believe in the Marine Corps. Somebody wants to join the Coast Guard. That's what you believe in. That's what you think your talent is good at. The police department guys believe in going out, giving their life to protect the streets, trying to do right. Sometimes they get it wrong. Yes, there's no doubt, because we all have faults in life, and sometimes they get it wrong, but we have to work with them constantly to help them get back on track, to try to make it right. And that's one of the things that people forget. Everything else falls in, but they forget these are human beings just like the people was in Vietnam, just like the soldiers we sent into the war. So, you know.
It's a good reminder that none of us are perfect, and
Right.
we're all here to serve each other. So,
Yeah.
join us, and how can we contact you?
You can go to my website, Richard_is_sing@yahoo.com, or you can look me up on Facebook. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on MySpace. I'm a little bit everywhere. If you want to catch some of my songs, they're up on YouTube. You can go to YouTube, and I'm just kind of all over the map. And so you can find me just about anywhere. You can contact some of the organizations I work with, bringing broken neighborhoods back to life. The CARA program, which is California Alliance for Senior Citizens. Just about anywhere you can reach me at. So those things, yes. And then come join us this summer. If you haven't been out to a block party, come join us at some of the block parties. See what we do as a community, how we work together. There is over 60 or 70 churches, almost 300 something churches we work with throughout the community that participate, and a lot of the other people that participates with us. A lot of the companies around here that participate. So
I cannot wait to have those to experience those events. Thank you so much, Richard Grant, for being
Thank
here
you.
today.
Thank
It's
you.
been a pleasure.
God bless you.
And you join us right after the break. Thank you.